walk that I'm blessed. See the love of God in my flex, I'm so blessed. 20K just on my chain, say less. I text every day to get dressed, so blessed. Been through the storm and the rain, still blessed. Had a couple heartaches and pain, still blessed. Handle the pressure from fame, still blessed. Just God called my name, so blessed.
Yes, sir, I'm blessed, don't play boy, cause I got it mad. Tailor made just for this fit, I'm gon' cut the slack. I'm the man, good hearted shorty with me acting bad. Shout out to mans that done tightened up since they became a dad. Shout out to me.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cobain Report. I am Rock Cobain. This is
T-Mill.
And this is
Caesar's back.
Welcome home to my brother Caesar. It's been a long road. We're gonna jump right in. We got a very interesting episode for you guys set up today. We got some special guests. Go ahead, T-Mill, get right to it.
Today we have a special light with us here who is a shining light through the gospel with fashion. She is a EMU graduate, Eastern Michigan University, a visionary, an innovator who is creatively called to spread the good news, an Ypsilanti native and sneaker addict. Not only a client, but the CEO herself of Jesus Plus Sneakers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome fashionably humble Breanna Wheeler.
Hey, welcome to the Cobain Report. What up, though?
Thank you for having me.
And to the left. Yes, go ahead.
She's an accomplished veterinarian technician with over 10 years of experience in which she's pursued her career or in which she's pursued her degree in Australia. Fashion and modeling have always been a part of her life. She served as a youth leader in the music department for over 10 years for the Full Gospel Church Fellowship International. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here the 55th anniversary Miss Black America.
Ashley
Myatt.
Ashley Myatt. What's up, Ashley?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Man, welcome to the Cobain Report.
Thank you.
Man, I wanted to get you guys on this show because I've been watching your brand, for a while. I watched a lot of what you were able to do with a lot of different artists and how you're able to kind of pick your timing. You're very smart and wise. I watched kind of how you moved and you had Kurt Franklin and a lot of different ones come with you.
A little bit.
You know what I mean? And I thought my audience would love to hear the story, of your journey of how you got here and what you represent, because if nothing else, I know you represent Jesus.
For sure. So Jesus and Sneakers started almost 3 years ago. So it'll be 3 years in August. And so it was one of those pandemic businesses, right? And so it originally started as Fashionably Humble. So that brand initiated fashion, modesty for women, right? So merging these things during this time to really express who I am and to really give women something that they can really rely on, right? So I started that off. I actually quit my job, right? So I was working a 9-to-5 for about 2 years, and then I quit my job to pursue Fashionably Humble full time. Horrible decision. And I was like, dang, did I really hear from God on that? But he's a redeemer of time. Praise God. But so I quit my job, and I was doing DoorDash, Amazon Flex, and all those things, those side hustles, right? Taking pictures, cleaning shoes, whatever I could get my hands on to make some money. And then so I was doing fashion blogs. So I was going outside taking pictures of my outfits. It wasn't that popular then, so as it is now. So I got tired of doing that. And I was like, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, I could probably do a t-shirt. So I did a couple t-shirts with Fashionably Humble on it. And then sneaker charms as well. I don't know if y'all know what sneaker charms are, but they're like little jewel pieces that you can put through your laces on your sneakers, right? Just to kind of spruce them up a little bit more. So I was doing that. And after a while, in my brain, I'm like, oh, this is about to pop off. I'm about to be good. I'm not going to need a job, any of that. I mean, that whole script got flipped. So I was behind on bills. I had to figure something out. What'd you say?
We all say that. Anybody doing this content creating or anything?
Literally, but content creating wasn't as big then as it is now. So, my brain wasn't thinking videos, pictures, right? It was just I need to find a way to get some money and pay these bills. So, like I said, it flopped, and I had to figure out something like ASAP Rocky. And so I was working for a cosmetics company after that for some time, and then literally walking through Somerset. And on the rich, I was walking to the rich side. So this all makes sense, right? About to go, do what I got to do. And I literally heard the Lord say, Jesus Plus Sneakers. I saw it, visually saw it, literally as I'm looking at y'all, that's how I saw it. And I was with somebody and I said, hey, what do you think about these two concepts put together? And at that time, you know, everybody was inside, right? And so they were spending money. And the sneaker industry became $1 billion industry between 2021 and now.
Sure.
And so it wasn't clicking then, right? So I'm like, okay, Jesus was sneakers. So I was off of social media for a while. I took the 2 words, just played around with some designs and some colors and things like that. And I got a sample made and I posted that sample on my story. The stories went crazy. Like, where can I get this? Where is it? Like, where? Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I think this might be it. And so my first release, I did a t-shirt and a crew neck that sold out in like a matter of moments. And so ever since then, it's just been going up. Literally. So that's literally the story that I had.
For sure. I kind of watched the vibe on that. And I watched like, just, you know, I'm a Facebook creep. I be on Facebook all the time. You feel me? So I kind of watched.
Say that out loud.
Hey, listen, the first step is
Admit in it. So anyway, I be on Facebook, and you know, I saw just the quiet rise. Like, you was really promoting it, but you did it humbly in your own way. You know, so I think that concept was a lot of more of what we're gonna get into, because I guarantee you, T-Mail got some questions for you for sure. And over here on my left, Ashley. I same with you. I kind of watched your story quietly on Facebook and social media, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know her. She lit. Wait a minute, I know her for real. And then I ran into her at church not too long ago, and I was like, can you come on my show? I know it's, you know. So tell me, where did this aspiration come from, or where did this whole thing come from for pageantry with you?
So my story was actually crazy. I wasn't into pageantry at all.
Okay.
I wanted to model. And I started modeling a little bit before the pandemic, but I wasn't really getting any traction because in pictures I look very tall, but in real life, I'm real short. So they were like, oh my goodness, we want you to model. You have the look. Can you send us your height? And by the time I say 5'3", they're like, oh yeah, we're not looking for you. And I'm like, so I tried to do some editorial things, which, you know, went okay. I did some local modeling things like in Cali and Detroit and stuff like that. And then I went to Australia for school. But before I went to Australia for school, on a whim, I randomly got this advertisement to register for Miss Black America. I just registered. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to register. And so then I went to Australia. So it was like, wasn't thinking about it. And of course, I got to Australia 2 weeks before the world went on lockdown. So that was a great time.
Yikes.
And I couldn't come home because they shut down the borders. So I was like,
slipping literally.
yeah. I was like, oh, this is great. So I started working on a pig farm, which I go to school for veterinary medicine. So that's kind of like whatever. But it was a pig farm. Real fun. But I got done with work pretty early because we started at like 5 a.m. So we got done at like 2. And I was like, I just want to do something. So I seen another ad for another pageant, and I was like, I'm just going to try out because nobody trying to let me model. I'm too short. So I did that one. They let me through, and then I got through the next stages for nationals, and then I did the continent, or whatever one. But I represented Western Australia. Which was
Australia?
Yeah, which is cool because I'm not a citizen.
Crazy.
Yeah, they let me in. It was so crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was for the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I was a part of Miss Multiverse Australia, and I made a top 10 in there. So
You hear me?
yeah, so I was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm not even a citizen. So that worked out.
She's like so nonchalant with her.
No, but you are too, though. That's the worst part.
though.
Both of that is why y'all was like, this gonna be an interesting episode. I'm like, because both of y'all have crazy stories, but they're both from a humble experience. Like, neither one of y'all are like, yeah, because I'm. It's just like, no, I was just chilling and God put this in my heart, and this is what I'm gonna do now. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy work.
Yeah.
T-Mail, take over your show now, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna start over here at the right with Breanna. I seen something interesting. You said you kind of made it to like the top of like the workforce as far as like working in corporate America, but it was like an experience that you had that kind of, you know, added that push for, you know, you to go into your entrepreneurship. Like, can you share like a little bit about like what that experience might have been and what it was that like gave you that push?
Oh man. So my position was development and communications associate. So that's money and marketing, you know, for the ones who just don't understand.
Me, you can't roast me on my own show, but come on.
You said admit it, right? But so funding and marketing, right? And so I did more of the marketing aspect of it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm kind of skilled in this. I learned Photoshop on my own. I was doing graphic design. I was just doing all these things. And so I was just like, I was taking pictures too. And so I'm like, wait a second now. I think I'm tapping into something else that I didn't know that was there. And so that was huge for me. And so it got to a point to where they were really worried about me. They were just like, you're not performing at the level that we need you to perform at. And so it's either you get better or you get fired. And I was just like, dang, that's kind of bold. Y'all don't know what's going on in my life. Y'all didn't put me aside beforehand. Y'all just like pulled me in a room and was just like, this is this or that. Yeah. And so that was just like, that kind of just, that right there, just nah, like, hecky, nah. I know y'all be cussing on here. But like,
we good this episode. I'm proud of him. I'm so proud of him.
Hey, she wanted to say, she said, I like hecky, y'all.
All right.
You should have tapped my leg. Hell no.
I got you.
Hell no.
He said it the way I wanted to say it.
All right.
But,
Let's keep this train rolling.
No, like, that ain't cool, you know? That ain't cool at all. So I'm thinking about all these things that I just tapped into, right? That I could do outside of this thing. And so I'm literally, first of all, I was a horrible worker. Let me say that. I'm just going to be honest. Can you push that button for me?
This is what this button is for.
Horrible, okay? Dang, not that bad.
That's how I be sometimes.
I'm just a horrible worker, not that type of horrible.
Listen,
I'm doing it right. It's like, shit,
let me tell you. So I would literally be on my phone all day and literally wait till like the last minute, like 4:00, to start doing work. Like that's how bad it was.
You had your boss on nails, like
it was bad.
More focused on her vision.
It was bad.
That's
Seriously,
how I be at my
like,
jobs. I be on StreamYard all day talking to him like.
Literally, like focus on what I wanted to do, wondering what other people are doing. And I don't start to work till like 4, don't leave till 7, and they trying to figure out why my card is like overtime. And I'm just like, bro, I don't start work till 4:00, to be honest, and I get there at 8:30. And so there was just like this, there's just a bubbling, like, you know, when you want to do something, you just want to do it. And I was ready to go. Like them calling me into that meeting just made me feel like, I ain't even gonna hold you up. It made me feel like a kid, like a parent, like,
disciplining.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't like that.
For your life, not
I don't
knowing
like
God
that at
supplies
all.
your needs. Oh, I felt something in this MF. Listen.
Okay.
The Lord knows.
He does.
Go ahead.
This is why. Why am I here?
Wait. Y'all come to the show.
I can't wait till this comes out so that can be like a meme. Like, you know, I look right. Why am I here? But no, like it was just I wanted something new. I wanted something better, and they just did not give me what I was looking for.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I got one for Ashley too. In doing some searching, I seen a story, and I couldn't sleep thinking about this story because I could never stand chillings, you know. So I seen you was very observant while you was at this pig farm, but it was a pig that was like headbutting all the other pigs, and that pig you tried to keep an eye on, but somehow that pig ended up getting some poop on you, right? Ooh. And you still had to eat lunch with this, you know what I mean, like on your clothes. How was you able to get through lunch with this, and how did you get through something like that and still want to continue on a journey of like being a veterinarian?
Well, the whole food aspect, we all smelled the same, so.
Okay.
It wasn't like, oh, you stink, don't sit next to me by the lunch table. No.
Gotcha.
We all smell like pigs.
We all stink.
Gotcha.
We all been.
What got you interested in working with animals? Because my son wants to be a veterinarian, and I keep telling him, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know, because I'm a black dad, so I don't know if I'm supposed to say yes or no, but I don't know. It's weird, son, or it's not weird, but I don't know, son.
It's not many of us in the industry,
no, he
so
loves animals since a baby. He just has been this guy. Yeah.
I've had everything you can legally own in my house. So I started off having animals. I had a boa constrictor at 3. So it's just something I've always had. It's always been a journey, like my journey, animals. So it wasn't ever a thought. Helped my horse give birth when I was like 10. So it was always something. was always something. I had a very interesting life.
Now, I've heard where nurses or certain people going into medical may get discouraged when they see a little blood, but you got in there kind of quick seeing the poop. I was wondering how you was able to.
I can't do human blood. I will pass out.
Got you.
But there's something about animals, something about the compassion for them that, it doesn't bother me at all.
Nice.
If that's weird to say. Yeah,
No,
it
it's
doesn't bother
not.
me. I can't do people though.
So
I would be sick.
oh yeah, so
What's
yeah, I
your
think
son?
Animals over humans, right?
Yeah. See, you need to make me
Sneakers
ask.
over humans. Sneakers over humans.
Right, no, literally.
go. What you ask? You ask something. Cece. What
So
you
you don't want. You just want the element of be quiet, and you just want the element of the earth. I get it.
Help.
No, because people talk too much sometimes. So I
They do.
understand. Like, and it be like I like quiet time a lot. So. And my quiet time get interrupted because of work and all that. I wish everybody was an animal or tap into their animal light and shut up and
because
just
he
go
love
in
dogs.
Well,
You know,
unfortunately, you don't get away from that.
I mean, you can't. It's
Because
impossible.
guess who brings them?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
even sometimes the animals bring the people, and I'd be like, man. But I commend you, like because there's not a lot of people out here that's willing to even get behind. All you see is the pale skin. You don't see our skin out there really out there. That's being outside. Then your boots dirty, like for sure.
Yeah.
But going backwards, you couldn't change. Like you couldn't be like, hey, can I go put my other jumpsuit on?
The only thing you took off was your boots.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
I'd been like, y'all, I need a day and a half off.
I do.
You still eat meat?
Oh my God, they're gonna cancel me for this. I still eat meat.
No.
Wow.
That is so gross. Anyway, next.
I still eat meat too.
still
So
eat
I'm
meat
like,
too?
wow, and I'm a meat eater.
No, I am so not. I don't get down with anything. I only eat fish and like I'm a pescatarian.
That's still meat.
It's close enough, but I can't do nothing that's like legs and like heartbeat and all that. Like
If it's got a mama,
I
it's
need a
meat.
little bit of blood hanging out of it
I can't do it.
sometimes. You know, like
Oh, you like your steak?
You know,
you like your steaks rare.
Oh my God, medium rare.
Ew.
I needed to just be like, ooh, that's not, but dang, that's good.
You nasty.
No, it's
Not
you
really.
nasty.
So are you a vampire?
Sometimes I
I barely sleep.
really sleep. You know?
No. Go ahead.
No, I
Go.
was about to say we got a quick background with both of you ladies. I got something for both of y'all. I like to ask the members that come on, like, with all of us having like backgrounds or foundations in church, especially with Breanna, I seen you say you were saved around 6 years old.
Yeah, I'm a
And
pew
so-
baby.
Right. So with that being said,
tell.
I always wonder.
Yeah.
How? How you interrupting his question?
Right,
We're
right.
having a whole nother conversation.
Because look, we do this. Okay, this
so-
is the report. We do this.
So before
Ask
he-
your question, but I want him to answer.
We sidebar
how.
a lot on this show.
So the question is being like I said, it's for both of you all. Like, I like to ask, like, have you seen, like the transition from growing up, in church, being a pew baby, to now, like how church is, like, as far as like the service and just how it all is carried out. Like, what do you think about this transformation?
Yeah. I'm gonna sit back on this one. Ooh, I want you to answer this one too.
It's for both of
Oh
us.
yeah. I'm gonna sit back.
It is. I want to. Okay, so I'm kind of 50-50. It's a little disheartening, and it's also like, okay, this is the new church as well. So I have a mixture of old school and new school in me. Shut up. And
Me too. I'm agreeing in that context.
okay,
I'm
it was
agreeing.
like the.
No, because that's my heart. I swear.
I still got your comment in my head like, oh, you look like you church.
No, go ahead. We talking about it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not offended at all, though. By the way, but yeah, it's different. Like it's different. Like I grew up in the church, and we are dealing with a generation that is just completely unchurched. And so one of the questions that I have is, I think a lot of people need to see something in order to believe it. And so the question is, how do you get this generation to believe in someone so authentic, a spirit so authentic that they can't really see,
That's it.
right? And so that is what's like brewing in my head, because I mean I've seen him heal people, I've seen him do these different miracles and these different works, but it's like how do we attract them to this church, right? And so a lot of people are doing different things. Like we got all the lights, camera, actions, and stuff like that, which is like totally, it's okay. But the old school in me is about to come out.
Yeah,
like it's just like we still have to uphold the standard of holiness, right? And not conform to the world. And so I think the church and the world is kind of intersecting a little bit, and that's scary. Because shut up. Because you can't see like the difference, right? And so this is what I love about the brand, right? And I'm kind of going off on a tangent. And I really don't want to put this brand out there, but I'm gonna put it out there because this is like the truth telling podcast, right? I want to though. But so I really have an issue with the God is Dope because they built a brand off of a false narrative. So the God is Dope is not really the God that Christians serve, right? And so if you trace the history of the brand, you'll learn that the person that made the brand made $1 million, made $1 million brand off of not being a believer, right? And so I recently just saw a post, and I wish I could like show y'all, but they posted, it's an ad. They posted a kid in a hoodie that said like to-do list, shoot niggas or pull something. And I'm like, what? This is the God and Dope brand that everybody's wearing? So it's just like, what are you wearing, right? That's like another thing too. Like I'm kind of drifting off, but it's just like, that's one of the things I'm grateful about Jesus and sneakers. Like I stand on Jesus and I stand on my passion for sneakers, but Jesus is the most important part. So when people put on my stuff, whether it be Jesus loves sneakerheads, Jesus plus sneakers, Jesus is everywhere, whatever the case may be, from baby to senior citizens, I want you to be able to represent who you are without being ashamed of it, right? And so my message is bold. Like you can't see Jesus without seeing sneakers, and vice versa. And so it is what it is, like right. But as far as the church is concerned, I believe I have an assignment to let people know that you can have a passion for this culture, for this thing, and still love God, and He still loves you as well. And so that's the message I want to push to this generation. Like everybody's wearing sneakers, bro. Like we all, except my sister here because she's like Miss Black America, right? You know, right? Period. And I love it. Beautiful. I love it. And then we got our sneakers. Our man background. He got on his sneakers too. Everybody is wearing sneakers, right? And so I have a beautiful task.
This fit.
What?
I just said no.
I'll match her though. It's
My sneakers didn't match my fit.
No, but
it's all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Damn.
Do you have a pair of sneakers?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. At least you have a pair. I see.
No, I have pairs.
Oh yeah, pairs. Okay.
Like a Jordan head, really.
My bad. You look like you wear Jordan
Ones.
1s. Yeah, you get Jordan 1s.
I can see her in dunks.
Dunks and Jordan 1s
I can see her in
for
dunks.
sure.
Little scrunchies on top.
Yeah, I can see the
Oh,
vibe.
that's cool.
Okay, so let's shoot this question your way then. What do you think about the current state of church being in week 4? Never mind. Go ahead. I'm gonna let
All
you.
right.
Go ahead. Being that we grew up how we grew up when we grew up.
Yeah.
I think we started this move though. This whole Jesus and sneakers, because I remember being full gospel.
I'm not gonna get into it.
With the Converse, and I remember this whole look from Rock Nation. They
We
kind
had
of
a
took
whole
over
Rock
church.
Nation look.
All of us. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you cook.
So I lead worship currently, and worship in this generation is just very different.
Yes, it is.
And it's very sad because the people who actually do come to church, they want you to spoon feed them the Spirit, which is not how you acquire Him. You do it by your lifestyle, and they want to show, and they want you to do backflips, and they want my hair to sweat out in the back, and it's not the church of the old, where everybody came seeking God. They don't really come seeking God, and it's just, like I said, it's heartbreaking. They just want to show.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
No, they definitely want to show.
And I'll just piggyback off Breanna. The culture is really different. They're a culture where they want to physically see a spirit, and that's not how God works. Yeah. And I think we lose a lot of what God has for us because we're trying to see Him in a physical form, and that's not how He appears.
T-Mail, I'm gonna let you cook on this one because I never put you on the spot. But T-Mail is a very enlightened person. Like his thought processes about church and stuff are a lot different than everybody, but he still got his own like beliefs, right? So I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead, T-Mail. What you think?
No, I just share with what I told him over.
That's why I wanted you to cook.
So I agree with both of what you all said. I think it was like worded real good. I feel like adding to that, right? We go to church and you sow and you talk. What you sow is what you reap. And I feel like a lot of times, or throughout the years, even with old school church, a lot of people did a lot of sowing and they didn't reap necessarily, right? So what my thing was, I was like, like you just said, as far as like a new church, I was thinking like it's time. And I feel like a part of that should be like where that 10% that is like tithe should be given back to the individuals that tithe it, right? Because like you were just saying about people wanting to see the action, like it is a lot more, like speaking about the word and everything like that. And then it is performative, like, lights, camera, action, like you said. Works. But the actual, like, physical work, like, so, how like faithful that would, show both parties, like to, come Sunday after Sunday, right? You have to trust, whoever leads in the church to put this, to the side for you, right? And then you have to faithfully come, you know what I mean, in order to receive this, and you will get like, whatever you have sowed, you will reap that, at the end of the year. And everybody will be, you know what I mean, like in a different space, I think. I think it will help people because a lot of people go and they tithe their last and they can't even get, you know what I mean, like they light bill paid. Though? You know what I mean?
Guess where everybody messing up with what you're saying?
Let's get it.
The thing is, even the Bible say, sow into good ground. Yeah. You don't just go everywhere putting your seed in grounds. Because guess what? You might put it in the ground that don't grow. It might not get no water right there. You got to go to tropical. You might go to LA. You might put it in a place where the cows don't shit. So it's no fertilization. You got to know where you're sowing. God can only bless what is being put out. Like, he not going to sow. He can't give it back if it ain't. So, you just put your water in an empty cup. Like, you just did it. That was on you. So you didn't really go there for what you really needed. Because what you really needed didn't get got because you gave it to something that wasn't nothing. You feel me? And that's how I look at life. It's like scams and then you got real websites. You feel me? And you got to know which one a scam and you got to know which one a real website. Yes. Point blank period. I think life and church is just, it's basic fundamentals. Like, it's like, hey, what I'm taught outside is what I am going to do at church. So if I could be in the streets crazy, I can serve God crazy, but I can have an element of understanding with God that I wouldn't take in the streets. Nah. You feel me?
I think for myself, right, the one thing that I see, like what you're saying, I think is smart. You know what I mean? Because we're able to. It's a lot of people that go to church and it's just what it is. It's a cycle of poverty, right? And they think that it's gonna change because they go to church, but they're missing the part, like faith without works. You have to physically have something cooking. Got to go to work. You got to do the work to actually see something. You know what I'm saying? And what you're saying, I think, is good. And what he said it too, because I asked him, I'm like, well, how they gonna pay the bills, bro? Because I mean, the church, my daddy a pastor, and the lights got to be paid. Like, it ain't coming out of Pop's pocket, but offering, that's what offering would do. So tithing would be more kind of like a bank to give back to his people, and I know a lot of churches that keep these kind of documents to know how much everybody pay and all of that.
You think you gotta go to the pastor?
But no, it don't, man. Shut up. You got pastors' kids,
offering, bro.
Pastors' kids.
No, listen, cuz, man, no. Listen, bro. Listen. If the pastor, listen to this. Okay, you got tithes and offering, right? So if everybody in here tithing, right? Listen though. Okay, I'm gonna let you might get a lot of tithes, right? And you might get a lot of offering. Now, knowing that's why they got envelopes that say tithes and one say offering. Watch this. And they said this is the tithing bucket and this is the offering bucket. What you have to understand is this. The tithes is to do everything.
but I can cover it if I need to with the offering. But it's really for the pastor because he's doing the work at the church. If he's only doing the work at the church and for the community, it is, bro. It is, bro. Hey, bro, listen. I think the pastor's supposed to get some cheese too. What, he's supposed to just listen to y'all talk crazy all day and not get nothing? He ain't supposed to go. No, he ain't supposed to go and buy no Bentleys and no planes. But what he's supposed to do is take care of the community. Now, if that nigga got to take care of his bills too, he do. He does. Like, come on. That's why the Catholic priest, he live at the church. Cause guess why? That nigga wouldn't dare go get a crib cause he know it's gonna go in foreclosure. Like, damn, they on my head. The nuns is going crazy.
I just gotta say though, it be multiple offerings though. You know what I mean?
No, but that's when you don't sow. If God didn't tell you to sow, I'd be like, you ain't talking to me, bro. Don't talk to me.
Well, first of all, there is a crook in every profession.
Amen.
Let's get
but
back
we
to
can't let
one
crook
what profession
soil
mean? What does professional
the rest.
mean? What does professional mean?
Foolish school.
No, professional mean I'm just really good at what I'm doing. I'm professional at it.
That's it.
Okay, wait.
She just said why she come here, bro.
Literally, why did I come here?
Yo.
No, but I want
stomach.
to. So
I'm dying
a lot
right now.
just happened.
It
It did.
A lot just happened.
But listen.
And I don't even know where to start unpacking.
I don't. But
Let's give you guys a second to unpack. No, don't apologize for C's. Let C's be
I
C's.
want to reference
You go first,
your
yeah.
statement
You go
of you saying you reap what you sow. I think it's a little dangerous for you to just put a financial perspective on that. And so you're thinking, well, if I sow $1,000, then I should reap $1,000. But sowing, if you think about sowing, it's relevant to seeds. Mm-hmm. And so seeds are not just monetary, right? If you think about a garden, you can plant an apple seed or whatever the case may be, and that's going to sprout up what it sprouts. And so I could sow a seed into each and every one of you, and that's considered my seed sown. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm going to reap back is maybe
good health.
It might not be money. It may be joy, peace, something,
free gas.
Something else. Right. It may be, somebody encouraging me or pouring back into me. So I think we got to be a little careful when we say these things about scriptures because sometimes it has a much more deeper meaning than what we just read, right? And so that's why the Bible says study to show yourself approved, because we can read Jesus wept, but people just think that Jesus cried, but what is the true message behind Jesus wept, right? Secondly, Malachi 3:10. Can I read this?
You want to be a preacher one day? Are you going to be a preacher one day?
And read. Okay. This is in reference to your tithing comment, right?
So where have I robbed God? Is this?
Yeah, so Malachi 3, but just hear me out. Hear me out, okay? And this is in the Amplified version so that we can all understand for my brother here. Will a man rob or defraud God? Yet you rob and defraud me. But you say, in what way do we rob or defraud you? You have withheld your tithes and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you are robbing me, even this whole nation. So we don't give our tithes to church or to man. The principles of tithe is getting our tithes to God. And so you have to have that mindset when you're sowing your tithes of saying, okay, I'm giving my 10% to God because one, I don't want to be cursed because he said he'll curse me with a curse if I do that. And then two, this is what he told me to do. So if we are a believer, if we are, hold on. If we are believers and we read this word, right?
Yes.
And this is what it says, then this is the principle that we have to follow. Yes. And so verse 10 says, bring all tithes, the whole tenth of your income into the storehouse, that there. So this is the if-then statement, right? So that's a hypothesis. So if you do this, then this will happen. Bring all your tithes in the storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and prove me now by it, says the Lord of hosts. If I will not open the windows of heaven for you and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be no room enough to receive it. So if you do this, then I will pour out blessings for you, because this is I'm God, and this is what I'm supposed to do. And if you keep my commandments and if you love me, then this is what you're going to do as well. Give me my 10%.
Yes. So we had a show not too long ago, and I'm on your behalf, right? Where we were talking to Bishop Coletta Vaughn, and it came to the point where we asked, do you think that sometimes people do things in religion based off of fear or truly loving God. When you read that first thing, that scared me to want to pay tithes.
Why?
Because I don't want to be cursed. I should want to do it out of love, out of my heart. I should want to do it because God is doing exactly what you said for me. But I shouldn't feel afraid that if I don't, it's not gonna happen.
But how can you take that so personally? How do you take that particular part of the scripture so personal that you like, oh, that scared me?
So I'm going like, off of what we did with Bishop Bond. That's why I'm asking that question, is because this came up. No,
I'm saying in general, like to any human being. But to that human being, how do you allow something that's written scare you? That's almost like me telling you, like, I'll fuck you up. You know you ain't scared. Like, you like, all right, cool. If you do it, you gonna do it. And whatever you gonna do, you gonna do.
And we still gonna go in right
now. I'm saying really big, but listen. But you get what I'm saying, though?
No, I get it.
And that's how that goes.
Okay, what about you?
Well, she read it. And so that's how I feel.
Perfect. So, like what she said as far as the, dangerous part of, making it monetary, that was just like a part of like the church idea I had, like, and I used the monetary part because like that's how the preachers do it. They like hype up, the tithing part because they want you to,
what was the crowd for it?
Give.
I'm trying to get both of y'all in here now. Go ahead. But the preacher bubbling up in her so much. So my statement that I made earlier.
Because I mean, it is churches. If I'm not mistaken, they have like tiers.
Go ahead. No, don't hold it in.
No, they have tiers of tithing, right? Like the big tithe sit here and the other tithe sit here. So I'm just going based off of.
I don't think that's like tiers. I almost just feel like, okay, if we building and you invest, yeah, you're gonna have a seat, but you might tithe a lot too. But you probably invested, so you got a seat. Like you had a main seat reserved. Like that's how I see it going. We all
like we at the club.
No, not like a club, because the club ain't got seats; they got booths.
But even saying investment, like it's different. It's more than one party that like usually benefit from an investment. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
So
okay.
in this investment that you speaking on, as far as like you said with these tiers and the tithes, the only one benefit or like get from this investment usually is like the pastor.
No, they not. You get to go to a beautiful facility. You get to sit on plush seats. The carpet is nice. It's clean when you go on Sundays. It ain't no gum all under the seats.
So it's
it's just one day of the week.
No, but what you explain it to me right now is what I see when I go to a concert.
Pick her, please. Pick her.
No, I'm definitely gonna tag her in because this is why
the Fox is dirty, bro.
Bro, you pay for entertainment. Anywhere you go, you pay. So if church is your entertainment of choice versus going to a Tank concert or whatever, you gonna pay the tab. So I pay for the. When I'm going to see PJ Morton in a couple weeks, my feet gonna be on the thing like it do every year. I sit right in the front.
All right, so
and I pay for that.
All right,
because that's the entertainment I want to see. So when I go to church, if I pay for that, that's the entertainment level.
I get it. No, but
the church can't be. Well, I'm on the drums for the Lord.
We can't say, and that's where I'm kind of going with that, because
I know you was trying to come for me, but I was just
not really coming for
right
you.
There.
I'm just saying musicians. Y'all know how y'all be, how we all be. We be like, oh yeah, I'm pulling up at 4 o'clock because I know this is my check, and I ain't about to mess my check up. Like, we going in for the wrong idea. We supposed to be going in.
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Tag me in.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we have to understand that the church is also a business, right?
It's a corporation.
Thank you.
She understands.
501c3 nonprofit. This is what it is, right? But so the church needs money. How else would they,
I say the same thing.
Get the money, right? But
I don't disagree with y'all. But I understand him, and I agree with him too, because we both are. We're past a lot of us at this church. Oh, I can say it because we back. We all just church kids, so it's like we all have different perceptions of this.
We do.
We know it take money to run a church, but we also know there's a lot of excess that go around. And just like at my old job, when there was 300,000 excess, it leaked out.
Hey, I don't want to go to a church where everybody outside like Jaden broke. Yeah, I don't want my pastor to be broke.
But I don't want everybody in the church broke either.
But all pastors don't rely on the church for...
Everybody doesn't rely on the church.
Money.
Amen.
They don't rely on the offering.
You better speak
up. A man don't work, man don't eat. But
and we gotta eat. You don't want the preacher's kids to eat? We
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's get this going then.
A lot of these pastors though have businesses. So y'all, what y'all see, like the Bentleys and stuff like that, that probably didn't come from the church.
No, because my daddy got a lot of businesses, so I know the truth. That's why I can be in this conversation.
So we just can't assume they taking the people's money, right?
So love Jesus.
Hold on. Let's give it to
your point was perfect, right?
Because it's T-Mail versus the world right now, baby.
No, your point is
T-Mail versus everybody.
No, your point is perfect.
Appreciate you.
Your point is perfect because it transitioned into the last topic, like what you said, with church is a business, right? So about members not taking money, or the ministers not necessarily can assume they taking money from the churches and stuff like that, right? I don't know if y'all seen recently, especially with you being in fashion, the company LVMH, right? That's Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, LVMH. That's the company that bought like all of the luxury brands that you see, right? So they've been getting investigated, lately because Christian Dior has been charging, the company that is producing the product $57, for each bag, and the bag costs $2,700, right? It's a business practice. Same thing with Armani. Armani paid their workers 99 cents, per bag, and it was or $99 per bag, and it was around $1,900, right? It's another business practice. So these people, this is a big business, but they're being investigated because it appears they are shortchanging their employees. So in being in business, and then wanting to go into veterinary business and everything like that, can you all share your thoughts with that and how that kind of ties into with the churches? And it's almost business like the church is with the tithes. It's like this is, and I'm just using this as an example, but with the church, the tithing, the 10% is that factory fee, and then the offerings and the other things comes up. Yeah, that's the markup.
I don't think it's that. I think it's, we have been instructed by the Bible to pay our tithes, and then what the church does with it is to keep the lights on, right?
It is.
So it's not like, oh, you have to pay 10% if you want to sit on these blue chairs in here. It's not like that.
Some churches.
Right.
Well, some, but I'm saying the majority of the churches that are preaching the gospel, that are truly preaching the gospel, are not trying to rob you. They are just telling you what the Lord has instructed for us to do as a body of Christ. And then, even my church, my dad be like, well, we got to pay light bill this week.
Yeah, for sure.
The air on. It's the summer. Right? So it's like, we're not going to sit up here and lie to you about where the money is going. Unfortunately, we are not exempt from these things by being a church. So
yeah, I've also seen the evidence in the fruit of sowing tithes, right? So I remember I was in school and I was failing the class and I needed to pass. And I'm like, okay, God, I'm about to sow this certain amount of money into good ground, and I'm praying that I see a return on it. So long story short, and it doesn't have to be anything magnified, anything big or anything like that, but the seed that I sown, and through prayer, of course, caused me, to pass the class. And I'm like, okay, I wholeheartedly believe that was the Lord and the seed that I sown because, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to Mike, but because of what the word says about seeds. Yeah. You reap what you sow. Right? Yeah. And so I sowed a seed because I was in need, and I received a harvest back. And it wasn't a financial harvest, but it was me passing a class. And I could call people on the phone and be like, hey, what did tithing do for you? And they would tell you
I could tell
different
you right
stories about what tithing did for you.
Okay.
And I just don't want us to think about it like, I know I said church is a business, which it is. I don't want us to think like, well, I just don't want us to think that tithing is just like.
So this is what I can say, right? For myself.
Real quick, so what do you think about the LVMH controversy? Like being a brand owner, you know what I mean? Like the upcharge that they are, doing. And I mean, I don't think it's nothing new because I think a lot of us know, like Nike did that and was, kind of like investigated about the same thing.
Somebody got fired and they ain't getting no keys. Tell them, y'all. It's always
that was with Nike?
It is.
No, that's what the LVMH.
I can't really speak on that because I'm not well versed on what happened. So
I think that it's business though, like just how they do when it comes down to like anything when you have it in your hands, you can charge what you want to charge for people to get it out your hands.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You charge me Listen, if I got something, right, I got this product, right? I got this water bottle, and you got water. But I'm like, shit, bro.
You need this bottle to make
You need these bottles to get some money out there. I'm going to charge you $quarter a bottle, homie, because you my homie. Nigga, but you charging $3 for this little bottle.
I can't get mad at you.
I can't get mad at you about my quarter. I better make these quarters add up. I want you to order some more.
I think it depends on the brand and the person too, because people can buy from whatever the case may be, Gucci, Armani, Prada, Louis, all that stuff. And people really love these brands and they will pay anything to have it in their possession. So I think it really depends on who the brand is and who the person is behind it. I know people want my stuff.
Bro, them shorts sold out in like 5 hours.
I know people want my stuff, but because it's me doing it, they won't support. And so that's kind of how you have to look at things too. Like
that's same with the Cobain Report.
So do you do an upcharge? You got an upcharge?
You got to. Or she ain't gonna make no money.
You give offerings with your clothes. When you be like, you spend $50, I'm gonna give you a t-shirt for free.
I have done that.
A little miracle water.
What?
I'm saying.
The Peter pop-off water.
I'm just saying.
Now you gotta do what you gotta do because at the end of the day, it is a business, right?
You gotta put
so
the price on value.
If I'm living off of Jesus plus sneakers, and if I gotta upcharge something, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Bro,
like
can't
I
nobody
gotta do
put
what
a price
I gotta
on
do
your
so I can
value,
pay
dog.
this DTE bill, right?
All right.
And so sometimes you just I really don't want to raise my prices, but the way inflation is and the way competitive brands and stuff like that, like I gotta do what I gotta do.
The want for it when it's selling out, I'm doing so good. When it's selling out within 5-6 hours of you posting a post, like come on, bro.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
You before you go, you never told us how you got into the U.S. one.
This Black America.
Yeah.
Have mercy.
Yeah, I know this.
Okay, short story. So, like I said, I applied before leaving to Australia, and then I got stuck in Australia. So I was supposed to be in Miss Black America 2020, I believe. Like I said, went to Australia. They didn't have the pageant for 2 years, I believe, or 3 years, and I was like, "Can I please still be in the pageant?" Because at that point, I had aged out. And so to be in any Miss category, you're normally 17 to 28 or 17 to 29. And so they allowed me to still be a part of the pageant. They honored it that my application was in before I turned 30. Right? And so I came back home from Australia and they had a pageant and I wasn't able to be a part of it because I literally just landed. And like the pageant was like the next week. I was like, I'm not prepared, can't do it. So they wrote me a note saying that I could be in the pageant the next year. And it was just really all divine timing that I had aged out and I won. So I got to be a part of this pageant and I was the oldest girl, of course. And I won all of the major categories. So
it was your timing.
Yeah, the Lord was really on my side.
Yeah, so you have two under your belt. You have the one in West Australia and the one in...
And so what many people don't know, because a lot of people ask me like, oh, what's next? Well, I can't do any more pageants anymore because of my age. But
can we see the crown now?
Yes.
Crown.
We can see the
94 times on this episode. We here for the crowns. Like,
no, and it's cased up, cuz.
You know it's real, no? Uncle Ray. There we go. No, there you go. And it's real.
That is not even the word.
That ain't the word. But it's all right. It's been like what Amish did on the other day when he didn't. When Amish didn't know the words. Amish didn't know the words on that hymn. Shout out to my boy Miss Man. She was taking a bath. It's like nah.
Yeah, so I won all of the major categories, and so it was just really a blessing.
No, that's super dope.
That I was able. So you pick your talent.
Okay. What was your talent?
I did not pick singing because I'm not well enough. I'm well enough to sing in a church.
So what is your talent?
I did a monologue from Fences, the Viola Davis part.
Oh, yeah. Did you cry? Did you have a snot cry?
That's the only thing I couldn't do. I had the energy. That's what matters.
You won. That's all that matters.
I won.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I won swim and projection as well.
For sure.
Sweet.
Very proud of both of you young ladies and everything that you are bringing. So 2 things before you go, because I know we over time for this first episode. But the look of what I was talking about earlier is both of you young ladies have. I'm going to say it like my mom used to say, it's a clean, wholesome, holiness look.
Amen.
Holiness is right.
It's a glow that you both carry where you can tell y'all not just sitting back hitting Newports, baby.
All right.
I need a Newport.
Wait, put the mic
I need it.
What?
I love it. I love this so much.
I got
Welcome
2
home.
real quick for
Go
both
ahead,
of them.
T-Bell.
It's separate, right? So Breanna first.
Yes.
As the sneaker addict, 1 real quick. Is it between the Air Footscape and the Jordan 1? Which one is your favorite right now?
You've done research for real.
I see you with the cow print, Footscapes.
Dang. I'm gonna have to do the footscapes. Dang, can't even get my words out. I'm so excited. The footscapes, them joints are so comfortable.
So you cop the 3 new pair, something like that, right?
I got another pair.
Jesus plus sneakers is blessing.
Glory.
I
It's
got
a
3
business.
pair total,
Tight, man.
and I recommend Jordan 1s. I love Jordan 1s, but my feet be hurting.
Yeah.
My
Oh, my
foot
mama.
Hurt.
Oh,
They
Hey,
hurt.
listen,
mama.
they put us through a whole tour, Jordan 1s. So me and the homie got a friend
flat
that work
feet.
at New Balance. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, we got cuz. So listen, we went to New Balance. Nigga, I changed the whole format. I came out with a big box of New Balance. Like, hey, this is what we wearing.
My feet hurt.
They
Man, I
are
had
not
lines and
comfortable.
corn.
But I kid you not.
Lines and corn.
Check out the footscapes. I can wear them all day. I wear them without socks sometimes, wear them with socks. But I can walk. You feel like you're walking on clouds. Like, it's so comfortable. They my favorite. Thank you for asking.
Got you.
Appreciate that.
And for, Miss Ashley, so I know you probably can't compare the 2, but which one did you have the most enjoyment? Was it the Miss Black America or was it the Multiverse over in Australia?
The most fun, I'll probably say Miss Multiverse.
Got you.
Yeah, it was 10 days in a mansion with 20 girls.
Oh, wow.
And it was a time. Praise
Got
God.
you.
And
Nice.
it was in Australia too, so why not?
So your passport lit, what you saying?
It was a time.
Your passport lit is what we saying. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up because we ain't gonna get done. This was good. I should have booked this one for 2 hours. But
What's your favorite, Heels or Jordan 1s?
oh yeah.
Jordan.
Oh yeah, we got you.
I did it.
They hurt though.
Them.
They hurt.
Yeah.
They both hurt, I guess.
They hurt.
Right? You like,
But
look, hurt,
they look clean. They
No, they do.
Yeah.
They do come across with a
They go
certain
with
efficiency.
everything.
yeah.
A certain efficiency for sure on the fashion tip. So anyway, all right. So our guest, thank you ladies both for stopping by. I appreciate you so much for what you brought. This little preacher over here bubbling up. So if you want to book her to come preach at your youth joint,
I
juke
am not
joint,
accepting invitations.
I'm booking for her. So listen, contact the Cobain Report. Say no.
Crazy. Please don't book.
Please book her to preach somewhere. This girl is is bubbling. What?
I do have word in me. I would say that.
So listen, this is what I always like to say, y'all. When God give us gifts, your arm's not long enough to hand them back. So do what you supposed to do.
Dishing it out to y'all.
No, I'm straight on that. My daddy the preacher. I'm just a Cobain Report. So
I'm a supporter. I'm sowing a seed.
well, you did sow the seed, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Blessings.
So when you give with Kurt Franklin next time, just let him know. Cobain Report. But anyway, I'm gonna give you guys just a quick second. Let them know where to find you guys at, where to get your merch and all the good stuff.
Talk to the camera.
Yes, please talk to your hard camera. I'll start here because we know the preacher gonna go. So come on to the left.
That is so embarrassing.
All right, my name's Ashley Myatt. You can find me on all social media at Ashley Myatt. Pretty easy.
Real name.
She's a veterinarian too.
You know what?
Your
My
dog gets
Instagram is
sick.
Ashley Marie Myatt. If your
Okay.
dog gets sick, please pray for the appropriate care. Thank you.
I thought you was gonna say call you.
Do not blow up my phone.
Oh Lord.
Unless you got insurance. Anyway.
Breanna Wheeler. You can find me on Instagram at Bree Wheeler. You can find me on Facebook at Breanna Wheeler. As far as the business page is concerned, you can it's Jesus and Sneakers. Website, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. So pretty simple.
Yes, and don't buy the knockoffs that keep trying to knock her off. You know the vibes. T-Mail, go ahead.
Continue to follow the brand, Bless_Detroiter. Check us out. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the Cobain Report. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep checking us out. Cobain.
Caesar is home, finally.
Man, I'm home. Listen, and I just want to say, continue to follow God.
Yeah.
Don't look for me, because I'll be there. All right? But listen, but if you do want to follow me, go follow Bang, and then you can find me, all right? Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. We all in agreement here, touching agreement. We have some great Christian guests today, so I'm not going to do what I normally do today. But
why?
We thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Cobain Report. It's a wrap. Jesus plus sneakers. Jesus and sneakers. Thank you all.